Sawasdee krab. Thank you for joining us for the evening edition of NBT World Brief right here on NBT and NBT World. My name is BURAPHA Lautharanarit. In our first story, overseas voting figures for the 2026 general election show a strong rise in participation, with turnout surpassing levels seen in the previous national poll. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the data point to growing engagement among Thai citizens living abroad in both the general election and the national referendum. For the general election, 139,810 Thai nationals registered to vote overseas, and 122,674 ballots were cast, producing a turnout rate of 87.7%. This represents an increase from the 2023 election, which recorded 115,227 registrations and a turnout of 86.7%. For the national referendum, 95,975 overseas voters registered, while final turnout figures are still being compiled as reports continue to arrive from Thai missions worldwide. Australia recorded the highest number of registered overseas voters for the general election, followed by the United States, Japan, the United Kingdom, and Germany. The same countries led participation in the referendum, with Australia again ranking first, followed by the United States, Japan, Germany, and the United Kingdom. Voting was organized in 135 countries through a mix of in-person polling stations, postal voting, and mobile units to reach voters in remote areas. The return of overseas ballots to Thailand was handled through multiple secure channels. Ballots from 72 locations were transported by air cargo, while officials from 19 missions personally carried ballots back to Thailand. In neighboring countries, 4 missions delivered ballots by land. The ministry said the coordinated logistics were intended to ensure all overseas votes arrived safely and on schedule for counting. In our next headline, a PRIVY councillor has visited the BURAPHA task force in SWAN province to observe border security operations and deliver royal support to personnel stationed along the Thai-Cambodian frontier. The visit was carried out under royal command, with PRIVY councillor General Phaiboon Khumchaya assigned to meet and encourage troops responsible for safeguarding national sovereignty in the border area. Lieutenant General Warayot Leung SWAN, commander of the 1st Army Area and head of the 1st Army Area Operations Center, welcomed the delegation. During the inspection, General Phaiboon received operational briefings at several key locations, including Border Patrol Police Task Force Company 3 in Ta Phraja District, operational areas in Ban Klong Pheng in Ta Phraja District, Border Patrol Police Task Force Company 4 in Kok Sung District, and operational areas in Ban Nong Chan in Kok Sung District. Royal gifts were presented to officers and personnel on duty to boost morale and express appreciation for their commitment to protecting the country's borders. Moving on, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Natural Resources and Environment Suchat Chomglin has ordered a full investigation into the death of a wild elephant during a relocation operation, while instructing agencies to strengthen long-term measures to protect elephant populations and reduce human-wildlife conflict. The elephant died during a transfer from Khon Kaen province to a forest area in Loi designated for food source restoration. In response, Minister Suchat directed all relevant agencies to tighten supervision of field operations and conduct a comprehensive review of existing relocation procedures. The findings will be used to improve safety standards and prevent similar incidents in the future. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment has formed a fact-finding committee to examine every stage of the operation. The review will include input from independent experts and academics, with a focus on identifying operational gaps and developing clear practical guidelines that can be applied nationwide. At the same time, laboratory tests are underway to determine the exact cause of the elephant's death. Beyond the investigation, authorities are moving ahead with broader conservation efforts. These include expanding natural food sources within forest habitats, fitting wild elephants with GPS tracking devices, increasing the capacity of rapid response teams, and improving long-term wildlife management planning. The Department of National Parks, Wildlife and Plant Conservation said the relocation followed scientific and international standards, with veterinarians monitoring the elephant throughout the process. Officials have also sought court approval to reassess the handling of other wild elephants involved, allowing more time to explore safer and more effective solutions. The Public Health Ministry is moving to expand access to the pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, or PCV, as health officials warn of persistently high rates of pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease among young children. The Department of Disease Control, or DDC, said children under 5 continue to face significant health risks, with tens of thousands developing pneumonia each year. Officials believe nationwide access to the PCV vaccine would significantly reduce deaths and long-term complications. Dr. Montien Kanasawat, Director General of the DDC, said a recent review conducted with the National Health Security Office showed consistently high infection rates in young children. He said the findings support making PCV vaccination a universal entitlement under the Ministry of Public Health. Surveillance data from 2023 to 2025 recorded between 88,000 and 107,000 pneumonia cases annually among children aged 0 to 5. During the same period, 240 to 340 meningitis cases were reported each year in this age group, with pneumococcal bacteria identified as the cause in more than half of the cases. DDC Deputy Director General Direk Kampen said health officials agreed that additional pilot studies are unnecessary. Instead, authorities plan to provide PCV vaccination services simultaneously in every province. This is to ensure equal protection for children nationwide and strengthen long-term disease prevention efforts. And in our last story today, Khon Kaen Zoo in northeastern Thailand has welcomed 4 black swan cygnets as new members, following a successful breeding program at the facility. The young birds, whose sexes have yet to be determined, are being closely monitored by veterinarians and animal care specialists to ensure healthy development. The zoo director said the achievement highlights the zoo's strong capacity and high standards in animal management, adding that the success reflects careful attention to habitat design, balanced nutrition, and proper veterinary care based on scientific principles. Black swans are large aquatic birds known for their striking black feathers and vivid red beaks with white tips. Native to Australia, they are commonly found in natural freshwater environments such as marshes, swamps, and lakes. The arrival of the cygnets underscores Khon Kaen Zoo's role in conservation and responsible wildlife management. And that's all for our evening edition of NBT World Brief. You can stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. And for more stories, you can simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, สวัสดีครับ